Right everyone, and welcome back to another F123 Fantasy Livery video, this time featuring the white ball livery. This is my adaptation for a livery that never got to take place at Japan. Yes, it is of course a livery, that has some issues, which is why you may notice the Oracle logo and the Bybit logo are both in red. That is purely because of the game, basically. But other than that, I actually quite like. I think, you know, if they had actually made this in real life as opposed to going for a bit more Red Bull, this is very much less Red Bull livery. It's very much inspired on the one I did on F1 2020, on F1 22 and F1 2021. Both of those liveries, of course, very similar to the one we have here. Also having, funny enough, similar issues. It's like they haven't copied and pasted the game. I actually like the red front wing. Obviously they got less of it this year because it was gopping on 2022 with that yellow front wing. I think actually looks quite nice. But let me know what you think about the white ball livery in the comments below. Now, just for this episode, the Mercedes is going back to its silver version. Nothing to do with what's going to happen with Season 2 of Driver Career Mode. Nothing at all to do with that. Yeah, so it's in silver for this episode and not chrome, just thought I'd point that out. And the other livery to change is the Aston Martin, because I've swapped the colours around. It's in this yellow. I don't think that's the right yellow. So this is a work in progress at this time. But yeah, obviously I do like the green stripe. I'd like it to have a little bit of yellow underneath, so I might be playing about with that. Probably won't be able to make it work, to be honest. The Aston Martin paint file, to be fair, at least it's not 4 blobs like some of the others. But overall, I'm happy with the work that has been done with it. And there's a few things that I might need to tweak a thing. Again, that's got similar issues to the Red Bull, where some of the, you may have noticed some of the sponsors on the front wing are black, and that's purely because they're just the game works, copies and pastes sponsors over the car, which is why on the sides they're in black. So that, as I say, is a work in progress. But let me know what you think about that one's in the comments below. But we're going to have a race now around Suzuka, of course, where this livery never got to feature because, of course, it got cancelled because of COVID, and replaced by Turkey, which, of course, isn't in the game. Again, please, Codemasters, please EA, get it in the game. Yeah, the game is put as P6. We're driving as Max Verstappen as well. I'm kind of thinking about the race strategy. Kind of doing the old medium soft strategy. I'm still not totally convinced about this strategy, to be honest, because obviously fresh tyres and whatnot being a little bit OP, but I'll have to wait and see about that. But 5 red lights then for the Japanese Grand Prix from 6th on the grid, and away we go. And it's actually a good start. We're going to go up the middle of both Astons as well. Can we make this work? We've got one of them already. Now it's just down the inside of the other into turn 1, and that's a good start up to P4 ahead of both Astons there as well. But up at the front then, it's Leclerc trying to go at Hamilton. Perez was further back than I was as well. Hamilton unable to make the move up the position there, as we're now having a look at George Russell in the Mercedes. Can we have a look? We've closed in on this in the lap number 2, having a look down the inside at the final penultimate corner really, and up onto the podium already. Verstappen is, as well as Sainz is getting frustrated behind Lance Stroll. Stroll, of course, not doing that great, being placed higher up by the game as well, and also these two have been placed higher up by the game because they didn't do any qualifying. So Logan Sargent is currently in P10 and causing an almighty queue behind him. He is helping his teammate, who's only just ahead of him, though, to be fair. And this time, a lap later, Sainz has another go at Stroll. This time Sainz is going to get the fingers out and actually bar Stroll out the way. And Sainz is ahead of Stroll finally. as that is Gasly now in the pink Alpine, having a go side by side through 130R, and Gasly is through on Magnussen. So can Gasly have a go at Logan Sargent? We'll have to wait and see about that. We're sizing up a move on Charles Leclerc down the inside. It's a bit of a dive bomb, but we're going to make it work. Up to P2. This is fantastic progress, and it's only lap 5. Meaning that, what you'd expect, typical Verstappen progress there. As well. But I did get kicked not lappy on lap 7. Leclerc did come back. We go side by side, but Leclerc yields through 130R as well, and we retain P2. I was a bit caught napping there, not being able to really catch Hamilton there, and again that corner trying to overcorrect as well. Hamilton, we are going to have got DRS, but Hamilton now over 1 second ahead, so medium is potentially starting to go off. Leclerc's we're inside, but there Russell actually had to do defending from Russell. Look at this, Russell pressed against the wall. Leclerc cuts him off, and then takes goes up to the racing line when he realises he can't get past us as well. But Leclerc, he's going to come in early on lap 9 for a pit stop. We are halfway through, but it's earlier than anyone else. Onto the medium tyres we go. We know how bad Ferrari's tyre air is on this game, being the base performance as well. And now we are up to, we're still in second, but now Hamilton has come in as well. So Hamilton pits, we're coming in. If you are at Red Bull, just watch that pit entry because it is very close to the pit limiter. 2.3 second stop there, and that's very good from Red Bull. Can't get that. Have we jumped Hamilton? Yes, we have, ladies and gentlemen. In the pits. It's a bit of ghosting, but I think we were passed anyway. Hamilton would have had to have yielded as well. Albon has the lead then from Piastri and Bottas. And there is Charles Leclerc. The undercut has worked wonders for him. But now we have a tyre advantage. This is what I wanted to do with this strategy. The possibility of Ferrari undercutting. And Perez is going to get in front of Hamilton as well. Or oh so close between myself and Perez. Hopefully not crashing like he did yesterday at Las Vegas, his career mode. As we're now having a look at Leclerc side by side through 130 down the inside and remake it. Now can we get down the inside of Bottas here as well? We give Bottas some space, but we're through and up to P3, and that will be P1. So, Leclerc did not want to yield that through 130. I will look at that replay, but I don't think it was quite that aggressive of a defence from him. So we gave Bottas space as well, but all that, except Bottas carries on as well. Sargent, though, hasn't had a very good pit stop. He's now down back to his customary P15, just ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. So Sargent not having a very good time of it after a late or early pit stop being undercut or overcut by people. As that's Perez. Perez, of course, it would have been a Red Bull. It was a Red Bull 1-2, but Leclerc has overtaken Perez with DRS, and now Hamilton fancies himself against Perez. Down the back straight, Hamilton has the inside line through 130. They're still side by side. But Perez yields the position early, breaks early, and Hamilton's after more. Can he get second place back? This would be a great recovery after a less ideal pit stop phase for Hamilton. Down the inside of turn 1 with DRS, and Hamilton is through up to second place. For us, we're comfortable in the end, to be honest. We had to lift off at the end to save a little bit of fuel, which is why we're a little bit. This is why they have closed in, and the tyres also going off. But yeah, utter domination. Set the fastest lap. Never looked likely to losing that. And Verstappen, in typical Verstappen style, dominates another Grand Prix, even though he didn't start on pole position. As well as Leclerc gets driver of the day, even though he started ahead of us. Well, that is nevertheless where I am going to leave this episode of this F123 Fancy Livery episode. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel new, see plenty more F123 Fancy Liveries. I should point out, at some point this this series will take a small break. I'm thinking it's probably going to be next week, potentially. But also, maybe not, because depending on how career mode goes, because I've got to do the liveries for that as well. And then I think also some game experiments are going to be thrown in as well at some point. So yeah, download multiple links will be available in the description once I've uploaded it as well, just to point out. So yeah, until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.